Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and Zack Snyder's Justice League is the talk amongst the town, but apparently it was my talk that got to the man himself. Zack Snyder apparently shaded me on Vero. Let's get to the bottom of this. This comes in from Question, who is a Restore the Snyderverse Twitter user. He informed me that Zack was subtly shading me on Vero. So in looking into this more in depth, Matthew Proctor wrote, "Dang, all the critics and very few people who got early access shouldn't have anyway. So many fans have been left out. Everyone should have came together to see it for the first time on the 18th. Absolutely gutted. Andy Signore got to see the film early, but I have to wait until Thursday." And then verified Zack Snyder responded, "I know." Frown face. Look. Is he shading me? I think so. Now, one could look at this. I'm not full of myself. I can look at this and think, maybe he did just read the beginning of it. Maybe he's like, yeah, I know it's frustrating that critics get to see it before the fans, but it is what it is. Sorry. What can I say? It is what it is. Maybe he didn't mean to call me out specifically, but I don't know. He chose to respond. And this idea that he doesn't know me, I don't buy it. I don't buy it, Zack. Anybody out there who's going to try and play like Zack's going to play like he doesn't know who you are? Yeah, he does. Look, I have no issue with Zack Snyder. I'm so frustrated. To Zack, if you're watching this, I've had some issues with the way Ray has gone about his investigation. Yes, I did report on Warner Brothers and their drama with you and the fact that they don't like you, merely connecting their words. And yeah, I have not been the best fan of your take on the DCU. That said, I have respected a lot of your films. I was a massive fan of 300 and told you as much when we met in person back in 2007. That's what won me this. I parodied his film United 300 with utmost respect. I didn't parody his film. I did a homage to his film, and it won me this. It won me lots of views and was one of the earliest things I did that got me some claim to fame. And so I'm grateful for him for this. And I've always said that. I've been a huge fan of 300, Dawn of the Dead. In fact, I'll be ranking his films, when I went through and rewatched them this week, he's got way more films, guys, better films than bad films. I'll save it for that. But the reality is I've never disrespected Zack Snyder as a filmmaker, as a person. I even put out this review, guys, that my review, Zack, if you had watched it, was so much respect. But when I see you out there doing this, I'm just so confused. I mean, like, you don't want critics to be able to see your film early? Is that what you're implying here? Like, taking me out of the equation here, because maybe he isn't talking about me, fine. Maybe he just responded quickly to a fan, okay. But still, this implication that, man, the critics shouldn't have gotten access. This, like, continued fanning of your fans to, like, have them bash critics, which I can tell you, Zack, they do viciously. Just because we don't like a movie? Come on, man, you're better than that. We're all better than that. I mean, I just got access to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Can you guys imagine Kevin Feige putting himself out there and being all bitter and weird and just calling out the critics who got advanced access to review his film? Like, and meanwhile, Zack, should it be not said, you're currently at 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. The critics mostly have been very positive to you. So why is it always a war with this fan base and with him? Zack, I thought it's us united. I was very respectful in your review. I did not knock you once. In fact, I'd like to play it again for everybody. Actually, sorry, this is a plug for tonight's show with Jamie Kennedy. Sorry, wrong link, but watch that tonight. It's going to be fire. We're going to talk about this. He's a Hollywood insider. I want to get his insight on all this and lots more. So tune in tonight. I'll put a link at the end. Tuesday, 9:30, it's going to be fire. But I want to play this because for those of you who are just coming in thinking I'm just shading Zack and disrespecting Zack, here is my review. Here is the beginning of my review. Whether you want to or not, it happened. And before I even get to my review, which is going to be a very fair review, before I even get there, I want to say something. It needs to be said. This is a massive, unprecedented achievement for Zack and Deborah Snyder. Now, I genuinely congratulate them for pulling off the impossible and getting this made. This doesn't happen. This cut was always for him, his family, his diehard fans, and all of those fans who enjoyed his darker take on this DCEU characters. They have been ridiculed online since Man of Steel. Let's be honest about it. They have. And to all of those fans who've just been the brunt of the joke and said, you're never going to see this, look, good on you. Congratulations. This is your day. Enjoy this movie. Doesn't matter what we think. Anybody in here still hating and disliking and just here. It just move on. Enjoy the movie. It's here now. You won. You had it. We're allowed to now react honestly, and I'm gonna react honestly. And it's a mixed bag for me. More positive than negative. Honestly, this film is for them. This film is for Zack and his family, and I want to get out there that they will love this film. If you are a fan of Zack's DCEU, you will absolutely just love what he's done here because it's a continuation of these characters, right? It gets to delve into these characters deeper than ever before. Does that sound like I'm being shady? Does that sound like I'm being disrespectful, Zack? I'm so sick of all this that you fan. And you can come at me, please. I would have a civil conversation with you any day of the week. But you came out first and said your audience isn't toxic. Lies. And then later I gave you credit and I put it out there in a video saying that you did. Yeah, I don't endorse any of that. But man, you fan these flames more. Fan the flames of these fans more than you realize. You create division. You talk about uniting, but all you want to do is have a war with the studio, with anybody who wronged you, with anybody who's criticized you. Dude, I feel for everything you went through. Everything I've said, I've said it. When I posted this on Instagram, by the way, Gerard Butler, huge gentleman. When I met him the same week when I won this, thank you for that film. He laughed about it. He liked it. He was so nice. And Zack was nice to me as well. But I don't know, something about it. I'm reading it. And he didn't like that I parodied his film, but I didn't even parody his film really. I did it as it was in love of his film. But even as I said here, I've not been a fan of Zack's vision of the DCU, but I respect him greatly and his commitment to a vision over studio notes. I do believe it exists. Yeah. I've never said it didn't exist. It's all this nonsense that fans put out there in their own narrative to just hate. It's like my issue with Ray is separate from this. I've been through a personal, similar social media justice takedown, and my accuser lied. And she fanned the flames and blew up over exaggerations and hearsay and tried to destroy my life and did. Let's be honest, she did. And I've had to rebuild ever since. So I have a personal issue with anybody who comes out and doesn't drop actual evidence or facts or things that they actually heard themselves. And then when studios say, investigation's over, let's all move on, I got to take that seriously. And so, yeah, I have an issue with Ray, the way he did it. But I never had an issue with Zack. I always have been on Team Zack because I do think Warner Brothers took advantage of a tragedy and did some terrible things to him. I've been very fair and respectful, Zack, and to the fans of Zack. So when you're out there doing these little shade, and sure, maybe you didn't mean to aim it at me, but I'm sorry, my name's in there, and you responded, I know. That gives your fans ammo. Whether you meant to or not, you are poking at us. We're allowed, you're a public figure, man, that's making huge blockbuster movies. We're allowed to react. We're allowed to offer our criticism. But you can't seem to handle it at times. I just don't get it. It blows my mind. The amount of love you have that you can't seem to accept. God, dude, your movie, it's doing well. What are we doing here? Still at war with each other. This is ridiculous. It's like, dude, have you seen the critics out there that are actually bashing your movie? I mean, do you want me to get into these? Because sure, there's a few of them. Why hit them up then? Don't hit on me. I didn't bash your movie like this. I didn't say that this undiluted Snyder is better than what was released in cinemas, but his voice has been allowed to lapse into a kind of creative megalomania. Gee, I'm not going to say that might be the case. You might not be proving them correct. Gee, maybe not. I mean, Jesus, dude. Why aren't you celebrating this week? Why are you out there commenting? Now, look, if this was truly, you should have done it to the fans, then why didn't you make it for the fans? Then make it for the fans. When you come out there and you say, I know, frowny face, with tweets mentioning me, or anybody for that matter, you were taking a shot at them, whether you meant to or not. That's just how it works, dude, because your fans eat it up and use it as bullets. So come on, Zack, what are we doing? Look, I'm so happy you're doing that stream with Uche. Bravo. You've done so much good. I love Dawn of the Dead 300. You are an amazing filmmaker. You've done some really awesome visual stuff. Just because I don't agree with some of the decisions of the DCU doesn't mean I hate you. And I don't understand why you hate us critics. Now, some critics, you can dislike them. But, man, you're Zack Snyder. You can get movies made. You're friends with Christopher Nolan. Like, what do we got to lift you up even further? Your haters got to lift you up to, like, have you stop, like, just caring on Twitter and Vero? Who cares what we think? You won! Guys, am I going crazy? Like, he won. I've been respectful of him. I really have. Show me where I haven't been. The article that everyone says, you didn't believe in the Snyder, you said, it's lies. I tweeted back in 2019, it exists. Guys, when the whole drama came out, I was canceled and I wasn't even online. When Justice League came out, I wasn't online. I haven't said it didn't exist. I never did. You can't find something where I said it didn't exist because I never thought. I didn't really think about much about it, and I always believed there was some sort of assembly cut or something. And then when he came out and showed those film reels, I said, "Look, it exists! Bravo!" And then all the Snyder fans supported me. It wasn't until I heard from Warner Brothers sources that they said they wanted nothing to do with Zack and it was never coming. And from everything I've been told, still to this day, that was true. HBO Max, Warner Media, AT&T. They're the ones who overruled that decision and got the Snyder Cut to you guys. So that's the reality. And when that changed, I owned it. I apologized. I congratulated him. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I'm not going to keep groveling to these fans. I'm not trying to grovel. But this was to Zack, in case you're watching this, Zack, because it seems like you do. I got no beef with you, man. Leave me alone. I've been very respectful to your film as it came out. Could have been way harsher, and I didn't. So I don't know what you're doing here with these little nods. It's beneath you. I can't believe I'm here being the voice of reason, but it's maddening to me. On top of all of that, like, the movie's out and it's doing really well. Fans are enjoying it. The fans are going to see it. The hype is real. I told the fans how excited they're going to be. I promoted it on my channel for you. Come on, man. Let's move on. It's time, again, us united. Stop the war. Enough fighting. Don't keep getting your fans to come continue this battle. Enough is enough. Like, let's just applaud the fact that you made the impossible happen. You got your vision out. Good. Your fans that love you, they're going to love it. That's you can't control everybody, right? We can't control what everybody thinks. But I can't believe that I got to deal with this now. Yeah, shade, yeah, Snyder got you. But yeah, screw you, Andy. You never believed. You said it didn't exist. Oh God, you guys are just fools. It's so sad. Go enjoy your movie. I'm done with. I hope we're all done with this. People can now finally have the movie and move on. And I look forward to seeing Army of the Dead. Genuinely, I can't wait till Zack can make some new stuff besides the DCU. Just because I think he's a creative, visionary director that I look forward to seeing new original stories that he wants to tell. I'm always gonna be able to be excited about what he does, but still not always love what he did with Superman. That's our right as fans, as critics, as human beings. And granted, you're allowed to dislike the critics and whatever you want. You can do what you want, but you're higher than all of us. You're bigger than us. You have an army of fan base that you control, whether you realize it or not. And they are, a lot of them are toxic. So don't try and say that they aren't. Now, I know a lot of them are toxic. I've admitted that too. The ones I'm speaking to, if you are connecting yourself to me saying you're a toxic Snyder fan, I don't know why you're doing that. I haven't named any specific names or handles. I've just spoken more broadly of the ones who attack people, who are mean, who refuse to engage in civil conversations, the ones who attack and hate. That's who I'm talking about. If you don't do that to people, then you're not in that camp. If you do, you need to reevaluate what you're doing with your life and look in the mirror, because it's pathetic what you're doing. It's a movie. You're allowed to have a conversation and disagree with people, but if you're starting to hate people because they don't like a movie, there's something wrong with you. Yes. So there you go. So if you want to come at me because you like to hate on people, get out of my timeline. You'll be muted. I don't got time for that. If you want to have civil conversation because we disagree, have it all day. Love it. I could do this all day, in the words of Captain America. But there you go, guys. If you like these sort of takes and you want to support this channel, hit that subscribe, hit that bell to all notifications, smash that like button, and leave a comment down below. And if you really want to support, because we need it sometimes, hit that join button. It really helps. So we have dedicated members per month so we can sort of budget accordingly, because sometimes these YouTube months can be tough. But I appreciate all you guys who have been supporting, and thank you to Zack if you're hearing this. Look, man, I hope we can move on. I would love nothing more to move on and continue to support your future work. Let's be cool now. Come on, everybody. It's time to move on. He got his movie. It's over. See it, don't see it. It's your call now. It's in their hands, Zack. You got it done. It's time for the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to watch more, check out some of these on there on the left. My stream with Jamie Kennedy is going to be tonight, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Or maybe you'll catch it on the replay if you're watching it later. Thanks so much for watching.